Our group decided to look at the distribution of calculator models across Rachel Webb's Stats 244 class. First, we had to decide which calculator models to include in our hypothesis. Based on what we've seen from our peers, we settled on the TI-83, TI-84, TI-86, and TI-89 models as being the most predominant. We hypothesized that 30% of students will be using the TI-83s, 40% of students will be using TI-84s, 5% of students will be using TI-86, 20% of students will be using TI-89s, and remaining models of calculators will represent the final 5%.
So this is going to be our expected range right here. These are the probabilities that we expect to see from the distribution of calculators based on our sample size. Our alternate hypothesis, HO, fails. This is our claim right here.
To gather data for our observed values, we used SurveyMonkey.com. We created a one-question survey asking people which calculator they used for Rachel Webb's stats class. We then sent the survey to all of our classmates through D2L. We received 69 responses, which we then used for our observed values.
Rolling.
So we received a sample size of 69 out of a total of, I don't know how many there are in our classroom, but based on this, we can start to estimate what our expected values are going to be. So for TI-83s, we can expect to see
20.7.
20.7. It's not TI-84s?
27.6. 3.45. 13.8.
This can all be points over.
And 3.45.
3.45. Okay, great.
Okay, for our observed values, TI-83, we have 20.
20.
TI-84, 41. TI-86, 0. TI-89, 8. And other, 0. For a total of 69.
How about that?
So here we are at a 0.05 significance level with 4 degrees of freedom, which brings us to 9.488 as our critical value.
Well, we are way out over here. We all know what this means.
Reject H naught.
Reject H naught.
The results were somewhat conclusive. At alpha equals 0.05, we had to reject our null hypothesis claim. While the expected proportions didn't quite measure up to the observed, they were close. Moreover, despite rejecting our claim, we were able to obtain a nice snapshot of the calculator models used in Professor Webb's class. It is especially notable that out of our sample, no one chose the other variable. Can we infer that TI calculators rule the roost? Perhaps. But alas, since our sample size was around half the total population of our Stats 244 class, it is somewhat difficult to say.